What's going on, everyone? We're going to talk about how to day trade futures with a small account. So what I'm going to quickly show you guys is my top step dashboard here. We're going to look at the stats for the day. So today is the 24th of July. Not a big day. Market overall was going sideways. So, gross P&L was 295. Obviously, we've got some commissions in there. So 271.90 is the actual take home on that. Total number of winning trades was 3, number of contracts was 15. I was scaling in and out of these with 5 micro contracts. My largest winning trade was 162.50. Average winning trade was 98.33. And the average win trade time was 30 minutes, and my longest trade time was an hour and a half. So what we are going to look at here is the NASDAQ futures chart. We're looking at the 5-minute time frame, and we're also just going to look at my big boy chart. So the big boy chart is going to have all of my supply and demand zones on there. Almost everything that you can think of is going to be on this chart. I love to use this chart. Kind of gives me a kind of a macro overview of where exactly we might be hitting supply, where is demand, and then I kind of play it off of that. So the first trade that I took was a little bit of a scalp. You guys already know I trade options off the open. So within the first 1-2 hours, majority of my time spent is trading options, managing my positions on the option side of things, and then I kind of kick it over into the future side unless I just see something really good off the open that I can take on the future side. So if we look at the price action here, we can see we're up a little bit, then we're down, then we're sideways, then we're up a little bit, then we're back down, then we're up a little bit, and then we're down. So what I kind of want to highlight here is, as I started to notice, and let me kind of scroll over to the left a little bit, besides the initial opening kind of flush that we had here at 6:45 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can see big, nasty red engulfing candle here was our reason why candle. We had our pivot sitting at around 15,541, and then we get our confirmation candle here. We would have taken this entry. Again, like I said, my attention is focused on options this early in the morning, so I missed this move here. But some of the guys in Evolution Traders Discord actually took some triple Q options to the south side and really profited. If you guys want to see those P&Ls, definitely go into the Discord and check it out. But you can see here we flushed from 15542 all the way down to 15483. So hell of a move. If anyone caught this is probably your one and done trade for the day. Now, once I seen us come down here to this linear regression, again, there was a setup here that I do teach. And if you guys do sign up and become lifetime members where you guys want to like get that one-on-one coaching to kind of identify different setups, we can definitely go over this setup here, but how you could have essentially caught this bottom push up here for close to 100 points. But once we started to push here and we did get over this 5-minute supply, we got chopped out. So anyone who this is what I'm going to say, right? So I'm going to be completely transparent. An experienced scalper probably made some money on this scalp. Okay, newer traders or people who are still kind of trying to understand, I'm going to say, you probably lost on this trade. Same thing with this trade here, didn't confirm, but I could see someone trying to jump an early entry here, then getting chopped out. Then we get another long setup here over the 20 SMA. It quickly head fakes you and then stops you out. Same thing here, quick little head fake to the bottom and then stops you out. So what I'm looking at here is a whole lot of price action that's doing nothing. So your key development as a trader, if you did not catch this trade off the bell here, is to kind of sit back and start to watch this price action and then start to identify that we're kind of stuck in a range. So if you are going to be taking these setups and you are going to take these scalps, you really need to have the mindset where you're going to get in, you're going to try to take 10 points, 15 points and just get the hell out of the trade, lock in the profits. And if it manages to break through and goes all day, then it is what it is. But when you have price action that's just pitter-pattering around back and forth, it's very tricky to make money. you know, I was kind of telling the guys in the Discord, you know, stay patient, you know, look for the setups, you know, kind of alerting the setups that were happening. But again, you know, a lot of drawdown, a lot of price action where you have to sit through that's not the cleanest. So my recommendation and my advice to anyone who, you know, kind of finds themselves stuck in a day like this, where, you know, you're not experienced enough to know, take 10 points here, take 12 points here, just get in, get green, get out. It's just don't trade, right? Just don't trade. We're going to have another better day tomorrow. The more days you have like this just sets up for the bigger downtrending days or the uptrending days. We don't really need to waste our mental equity. We don't need to burn our accounts up. We don't need to blow any funded accounts up trying to just be, you know, taking trades for the sake of taking trades. You know, a lot of traders, you know, you're constantly looking for something back and forth, you know, to say that you're in a trade just so, you know, other people like respect you for being a trader and being in the trade, when realistically today's not the best premium day setup. So, you know, I only personally took 3 trades, and I'm going to kind of highlight those. So when I started to really realize here that we're in a choppy market here, I was just had the mindset I need to take, you know, 6 points, 10 points, just get the hell out, right? So when I was really looking at this, you know, I was looking at this failed move here at 8:10 Pacific Standard Time. We had a nice green engulfing candle here that I was expecting to kind of break out. Once I seen that we couldn't take out the previous high point here, I was looking for the downside move. And again, if you look at your reason why candle here at 8:30, you look at the pivot sitting at around 15,537, and then you look at the confirmation candle that goes down to 15,519. We're looking at a 20-point move here. I did not catch 20 points. I just quickly got in, got 10 points, got the hell out. The next play that we had set up was going back to the long side. So here we go on this merry-go-round where we're going short, we're going long, we're going short, we're going long. Personally, for me, I really don't like trading like that, right? So what I wanted to see in order for me to kind of, you know, go long and to have some confidence in the long positions was I was going to really need to, you know, see a significant breakout or see another back test kind of hold, right? So, you know, after the short position here, I seen a little bit of a bounce. I did see this confirmation, didn't really have a whole lot of confidence in it. But again, you know, if we're going to trust probabilities, we're going to trust our strategy, you know, we've got to just roll with it, right? We've got to just roll with it. So again, we get another short setup here. I look at this short setup, you know, 9:15, you know, you got the short setup there at 8:30. Again, the 20-point move there. If you look at the next play that kind of set up here, you know, with the price action being as choppy as it was, at this point of the game, I figured, you know, if I take a decent sized loss where I lose 20, 25, 30 handles on the day, I'll just stop, right? Like that's got to be the mentality as a trader. You know, you don't want to over risk yourself. You don't want to over leverage yourself. So, you know, I waited for this setup to kind of happen here after my short position. I looked for the long position here on the next scalp, and I just told myself this, right? I'm going to trust the strategy. I'm going to trust the charts. I'm going to put a hard stop loss down here. So what I was looking for at 925, we get the reason why candle at 925. All I simply did was do this, right? So I went ahead and I drew a mental stop loss here at around 15,535. I'm telling myself I'm going to give myself a 1-bar stop. That 1-bar stop is going to be if we close on a 5-minute candle below my reason why entries candle's low wick. Okay, so you can see here at 950 we do break down. Okay, we do break down this price. A lot of traders are going to automatically go to, I got to stop out, right? I got to stop out. But that's why the candle closes are so important. The candle closes are so important because quickly you get this wick below and then boom, it kind of comes right back, right? So if we were to close below this, I would have just stopped out and probably stopped on a day, because just even watching today's price action was frustrating. Being that we did not, and I have a hard mental stop loss here on any 5-minute candle close below that, I've got to just sit in the long play. And as I showed you from the stats, my longest trade was close to an hour and a half. So if we look at my entry, my reason why candle at 925, we look at the 930 candle here, an hour and a half is putting us towards 11 o'clock. So if I kind of quickly go to 11 o'clock here, look at where 11 o'clock is at, guys. I just sold honestly, and and this is like full transparency. The only reason why I sold here is not because, you know, I knew that we were going to stop here, not because I'm some market genius, but I'm just looking to the charts. We got rejected once, we got rejected twice, right? Hope you guys can see this. Rejection, rejection. I'm long here, and mind you, guys, mind you, I was sitting through 20-30 minutes worth of drawdown, down 250, down. I was playing 5 micro contracts. I'm down, you know, 200, 190, 150. It's bouncing all around. But again, down 200, 250 it's minuscule. It's a paper cut. You know, you give some, you take some. So I'm already identifying these 2 high points here as a level of resistance. After this drawdown, once we really start to consolidate and come out of it, my full-blown intention is just get the hell out of this trade as soon as we start retesting this, regardless. Even if we did want to shoot up another 25 points, I had no interest in that. So again, experience plays a big role in also having confidence to trust your strategy. And one problem that I'm seeing a lot with people, and it's not just this strategy, it's any strategy, you know, a lot of people, they don't have full confidence. Like, let's say, for example, you take a loss and then like your mental capacity is so shot to where you don't take the next play or you don't take the next 3 setups, and then you try to jump in another one and you're wrong again, and you go down this cycle. Forget about the trades that lose, forget about the trades that win. All we're simply trying to do is identify good setups, for the most part, right? Even though today wasn't the best type of setups, but you know, and that's also going to come with experience. Once you see that we're not getting the premium setups today, we got to just think smaller. We got to just think scalp, get in, get green, set a hard stop loss, use a 1 bar stop, not going to get blown up. If you lose 2 or 3 trades on the day, you know, 2 or 3 scalps, consider chopping it up. You know, there's no reason to lose 100, lose 150, you know, lose 500, lose 1,000. Like, there's no reason to keep going back and forth. You know, you lose a couple $100, you know, $200, $300, $400 on the day, you might as well just stop and wait for the next day, you know, because that's when traders start to go on tilt and they start to really, you know, build a bigger, you know, a bigger hole for themselves. But again, you know, just kind of want to lay out my thought process. I think that these videos are good because you guys can kind of understand what I'm thinking, right? And it's not to say that, you know, I'm some, you know, genius behind the screens. I'm just like everyone else, right? I'm just like everyone else. The only little bit of piece of me that believes I'm a little bit different than the majority of traders out there is my level of experience. I've been doing this for 8 years. And I do 100% trust my edge. Okay. I don't change my strategy for nothing. Like my strategy is my strategy. And I trade like 3 or 4 different setups, and I have like 2 or 3 different strategies. This strategy is very, very big. I definitely trade this strategy a lot. So what I'm trying to really drive home with you guys, and what I really want you guys to pick up, you know, these pieces that I'm laying down, is that keep your confidence, right? We have an edge. I've been back testing this strategy. I've taken thousands of trades. The strategy works. Probabilities plays a big factor in, you know, your wins and your losses. You know, sometimes we hit a string of losers, sometimes we hit a day like today. But if we just keep playing our edge and trusting the strategy and not trying to say, well, I'm not going to take the strategy today because of XYZ, you know, you have to keep taking those trades, and you have to keep just abiding by your rules and your strategy, because you never know when you're going to hit. And when you do have days like this where it is more choppier, just identify that, right? Like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to identify that this is not a good day. So if you do get lucky and you're on the right side of the probability, meaning that you're winning trades, and you take 100 or you take $80 or even $50, or maybe you make $200 or $300, just stop, right? Just stop. There's no reason to trade 50 million times for the sake of trading 50 million times, right? And again, it's the same thing if you're losing. If you're on the wrong side of the probability today because maybe you didn't take profits fast enough, then you lose 1 trade, you lose 2, just stop, right? There's no reason to keep going. We've already identified from like the first 2 hours of the market open that this day wasn't going to be the best. So that doesn't limit me. That doesn't mean I'm not going to trade it, right? I will still try to take my trades, but I'm also going to identify that it's not the best day. So if I do lose, you know, 2 or 3 trades, I'll just stop. And also, if I do win 2 or 3 trades, I'll also just stop, right? I'm not going to push my luck on a not so good premium day. I hope this helps you guys. If you guys want more help, you guys want to get access to the coaching, you guys want to get access to the entire strategy, you want to get access to the community and the Discord and everything else that I'm putting in there, all the private content, become a lifetime member, guys. And this is not just to kind of like pump you guys up or gaslight anybody, but investing in education and investing in yourself and investing into a community, and it doesn't have to be mine, right? It can be anyone that you relate to, anyone that resonates with you. I've had 3 or 4 different mentors over the 8 years that I've been trading, and I've been a part of 2 or 3 different communities. And I've also have a personal family friend who kind of mentored me in real life here where I live. And I learned from everybody, right? I learned from everyone. I took bits and pieces of everyone's strategies and I jumbled them all up to what works for me. And the main thing I'm going to say is that's probably the best thing that I ever did, was actually, learning from other people, allowing myself to make mistakes and allowing myself to invest in myself and in my future. Trying to go at it alone or just reading a bunch of people's crap on social media and not really fully understanding what they're doing is, I think, the worst thing that you can do for yourself as a trader. So in all seriousness, guys, I know a lot of people don't like to spend money on education. You don't like to go to the bookstore and buy a book that might help you with XYZ. You don't want to focus on mindset. Like, a lot of people don't want to focus on the shit that's actually going to make them money. Like, in to be honest, what's actually going to make you money is mindset stuff. This trading business is 90% psychological. I can teach anyone how to trade and read these charts, but I can't teach you how to, handle trades emotionally, right? I can teach you what you need to do, but you actually need to do it, right? But I mean, investing in yourself and your education and your mindset and your mental health and your physical health as well is probably the best things that you can do for yourself as a trader, rather than thinking that everything is purely technicals. Yes, our strategies are technical based, they're mechanical based. We are systematic traders, but it's not that. Like, your setups will fail. You will have days where the market does things like it's doing today, and it's how you handle it after that, like mindset wise and psychologically, how you handle that is what really pushes you through the plateau and really pushes you over the edge to see some good daylight. So again, I don't mean to go off on a tangent, but again, guys, focus on yourself first. Invest in education, take your time with this stuff, be realistic on your winnings. And if you notice, guys, I'm not a type of trader or one of these guys that's, posting up, $10,000 day, $20,000 day. Would I love to have them? Sure. But I mean, for me, if I can make, $500, $800, $1,000 a day, there's 22 trading days in a month, guys. I don't need to make $1 million a month. I don't need to make $100,000 a month. I've had some damn good months where I've pulled in $20, $30, $40,000 in a month. There was a time, last earnings report where I had a monster trade on one of these tech stocks, but it's like, I'm not going to be here to boast about those kind of things, because those things aren't realistic each month and month out. You want to know what's realistic? Start off making $1,000 a month. Start off making $3,000 a month. Adding an extra $30,000 to your revenue, and then kind of, work that way up, gradually grow into $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month. Now you're talking about making $50,000, $60,000, $75,000. And to be honest, like a lot of your best traders, they're 6-figure traders, but it's not like they're making multi-million-dollar years. If you're pulling $125,000, $150,000, $200,000 out of this market each and every single year, guys, congratulations. That is the end goal. To be able to have the freedom of time to do that, to be able to make 6 figures in a year. I'll be the first person to tell you, do I make multi-million-dollar years? No, of course not. I make well over 6 figures, low 6 figures, between the 120, 130, 140 kind of mark. And for me, my lifestyle, I do own my house, with the prior business that I came from. So I was lucky enough to already kind of have a foundation and a little bit of a building block as I came into trading. But I mean, once you're starting to make $8,000, $9,000, $10,000, $12,000, $13,000, $14,000 a month, guys, these are exceptional months that everyone should be proud of. If you can make $1,000 a month and extract that month over month over month over month, you should be proud of that. So don't compare yourself to the people who are posting up these gains of, you know, $40,000 trades, and they're doing this kind of stuff every single day. That's going to mess with the psychology. If you want to really get there, you can get there, but it's going to take time. It's going to take time, and it's going to take a lot of patience, and it's going to take a lot of discipline, and it's going to take a lot of self-improvement and a lot of self, you know, reflection. We need to reflect on ourselves as human beings and as a person first before we can open the doors to be able to accept these kind of, you know, good graces, as I should say. But again, way off on a tangent. Just wanted to kind of wrap to you guys a little bit. Again, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.